Well, hello and welcome to the Twitter Mailbag Overflow. Let's see who has to content themselves with the sound of my voice this week. Combat Artist X asks, is BJJ dead in MMA, or do fighters want to kickbox for the massive push the company gives you? Even Verdum mostly boxes now. Now, by Verdum, I assume you mean UFC heavyweight champion Fabricio Verdum, who won the title from Cain Velasquez via submission, which is to say, with his jiu-jitsu. But no, I see what you're saying. I mean, the way he got the opportunity to sink that choke at the end was because he beat Cain Velasquez up so thoroughly on the feet. And I think that's what we're looking at more. I mean, I'm sure the promoters and the fans, they do seem to prefer striking as opposed to just grinding ground battles. But I think the real issue is that most people in MMA, they've all gotten pretty good at jiu-jitsu. You have to be really good at jiu-jitsu for that to be your thing and for you to go in there when people know that's what you're looking for and still submit guys. Otherwise, you just end up, holding them down, maintaining a strong position and winning decisions, which people don't love. But you see the few specialists who do it, guys like Demian Maia, Husamar Palhares, they're the ones who are really, really good at jiu-jitsu. Everyone else, they have to get really, really good at something else just to create the opportunities to use their merely very, very good jiu-jitsu. Burgers MMA asks, Cerrone offers to fill in on short notice for Ferguson against Khabib. Guy doesn't GAF. How awesome is he on a scale from 1 to 10? I'm going to go ahead and say 10, assuming that 10 is the most awesome for the sake of your scale. The problem is that it seems like the UFC did GAF in this situation, so Cerrone will not get to go full Cerrone on this one. Probably not going to stop him from trying in the future, though. And that, my friend, is what is awesome about Donald Cerrone. Quentin Ross asks, should the UFC have booked John Jones against Mark Hunt instead of Ovin Prue? Sure, no title on the line, but that didn't affect UFC 196. You know what I was wondering? What if it's because the UFC did that at UFC 196, putting Conor McGregor up against Nate Diaz in a kind of weight class-less, title-less fight, that made them less willing to want to turn around and do it at UFC 197, especially since they're going to do it again at UFC 200. It's either that or the UFC just absolutely refuses to rally for Mark Hunt under any circumstances. David Golden asks, both Cain Velasquez and Jose Aldo on the card for UFC 200. Do the MMA gods let this happen, or do they both turn to stone and break in half? I'm just saying, if you were to poke your head backstage on fight night at UFC 200 and you look in those guys' dressing rooms and all you see is two pillars of salt, you'll know what happened. You'll know.